Lunatics, welcome back to the channel. Today we're on the bait laboratory and we're gonna be making some baits, and I got something that I think some of you guys for sure are going to like. If you've ever thought about getting into making your own soft plastics, today is the day for you, because Dual Molds is putting a promotion on. I'm gonna be looking at my phone to make sure I give you guys all the right information, but they have a deal going on right now where you can get 20% off all your soft bait starter kits. It's gonna be going on from May 24th through June 7th. All you gotta do is go to the Dual Mold site and use promo code GETSTARTED20. It's gonna save you 20% off the starter kits. That's a pretty good deal. And if you've been waiting and wondering and thinking about doing it, now's the time to do it with that promo code for sure to save that 20%. One thing I do ask of you guys, if you're gonna go to Dual Molds to get stuff on this promotion, make sure to use my affiliate link that's in the description of today's video. If you buy anything from the Dual Molds store, their online store, please use my affiliate link. It's how they're tracking my ability to get in front of you guys, and it's tracking my ability to influence sales, because that's my job as a sponsored fisherman. But in today's video, we're going to be using the brand new molds that I got from Dual Molds. I got 3 different ones, 2 different crawl baits, and a Senko mold. I've been hesitant on the Senko mold because there's just something about the actual Senko, and I wanted to do a little bit more research to figure out what goes into the Senko, how to get that fall rate, and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to talk to you guys while we're making them, let you know why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I want to get the salt that goes into the plastic right based upon the research that I'm doing. We're going to be making like a watermelon, purple flake kind of a color, really good staple color, one of my favorites. And then we're going to be adding some salt to it, and I'm going to tell you guys why I picked that amount while we're making the bait. So stay tuned. We're going to be making some brand new baits with my brand new molds from Dual Molds. These are the molds that we're going to be doing today. The top one is the berry bug mold. The second one is going to be the birch bug, and then the bottom one is the Gary Yamamoto Senko. It's the 5-inch, and DeWitt is allowed to use the Senko name, and it is the exact dimensions of a Gary Yamamoto Senko. In today's video, you're going to be using remelts like you see right here. Great little watermelon color. Might add some brown in there to make it more of a green pumpkin color. We're going to be adding salt in there as well, because there is no salt in those remelts. And I'm trying to get these stick baits to act like a Senko, and we're going to need to add salt in order to do that. Well, our plastisol is nice and melted, and now we're going to add some salt in it. And it's going to change the color a little bit. Anytime you add salt, it's going to cloudy it up. It's going to change the color slightly, so we might end up adding a little bit of color in here. But we have a little bit under 2 cups of plastisol in here. So this first one is going to be a 1/4 cup. And you want to stir it as you pour this stuff in there. And it starts to thicken up right away because it's cold, obviously, so it's going to cool that plastisol down. So you want to make sure you stir it in there so it gets evenly in there as well. The reason I chose that 1/4 cup is because for the Senkos, from my research, you want to use a 1/4 cup of salt per cup of plastisol. So obviously I'm going to need to add a little bit more in here, and I'm going to do it after I heat this back up, so that way it doesn't get too solidified. If you guys are wondering what kind of salt I'm just using this Morton popcorn salt. That's what I've been recommended to use. This is not the same salt that they use in a Senko, so don't think it's going to be exactly the same, but I'm going to put about another 1/8 of a cup of salt in there to get the consistency about right. So once that thing is ready to go, we'll add some more salt in, and we're going to check it right now. So let's see if it's ready to add that salt in. Yeah, I think that's good. So we're going to add that salt in while I'm stirring, just like so. So we have a 1/4 cup and an 1/8 of a cup. I don't know exactly what that converts out to, but it's about the right amount of salt for the amount of plastisol we have in here. We have just under 2 cups, so you obviously aren't going to want a 1/2 cup of salt based on the conversion. Like I said, that would be too much. And then when you have too much salt, it definitely starts to make your plastics a lot more brittle, and they're going to tear apart a little bit easier, which is probably something that you've noticed with a Senko, is that they do tend to fall apart a little bit, but that's just part of the deal on anything that has a lot of salt in it. Alright, so in today's video, these are the molds that we're going to be using. I already showed you them, but these 3 right here are the berry bugs. These 2 right here are the birch bugs. These are single cavity molds right here. These are dual cavity molds right here, and then we have our Senko mold right here, which is a 4 cavity mold. The plastisol is ready to go. We're gonna be using 2 injectors today because I can't do all the molds at one time with one single injector. So we're gonna do as much as we can with the first one and then finish up with the second one. I think I can get everything, but I'm not exactly sure. But one thing you'll notice when you're using the salt in your plastics is everything's a little bit more firm than it normally is. So you don't want to overdo it and then end up blowing out the mold and getting a bunch of flashing and stuff like that. So you want to be careful about that. We'll get our last one and then we'll make sure that we have enough to at least get our berry bugs all done. I made some of these the other day because I was going fishing and wanted to have some of these ready to go. And they turned out really, really cool. I really liked them. And I didn't end up catching a fish on them yet, but I know that I will. Just, I don't think the conditions were right for what I was wanting to do with them. But in the future, I know these things will end up catching some fish. I'm excited to get them made up with this salt in it. I don't know if it'll make a difference for throwing them on the wobblehead like I wanted to do, but we'll see. So while those other ones are drying, we might as well get some of these Senkos made up. And I take it back, I have caught a fish with those birch bugs. I made white ones and put them on the back of a buzzbait and caught 2 fish on them. So they definitely work. Caught a couple fish on those berry bugs already. And if I said birch bug, I misspoke. It was the berry bugs. It was like the double tail grub style one. Put it on the back of a buzzbait and got the job done. Caught a couple fish on there and worked out really well. All right, so these ones are for sure ready to come open. Take the clamps off, and then sometimes you gotta pop these open a little bit with the knife in order to get them open all the way. I'm hoping that we don't have air bubbles or anything like that because I didn't get to top off my sprues as much as I would like. But that is the berry bug right there, and man, that turned out real good. As you can see, these turn out awesome. It's a great color, definite fish catching color. Let's open up these birch bugs. And I think you guys are gonna like these. I like how it has like the zipper kind of look to it on the sides, like in the body of it, and then it's got those long claws. Great jig trailer right there. I think depending on the circumstances, you could take those like antennas off, something like that. But man, this color turned out really good. Off camera, I did end up adding a little bit of brown and some more green, because that salt definitely made a difference in everything. But those turned out really good. And we'll open up these last ones real quick before we get to the Senkos. I just needed them to solidify a little bit better, to dry up a little bit better. Yeah, they should be good to go now. Open these guys up. And here are the Senkos right there. Just like so. Definitely look like a Senko. Great green pumpkin color. Sorry to interrupt the video, guys, but I just want to remind you, do not forget about the Do It Modes promotion that they have going on. You just got to go to the website, use promo code GETSTARTED, and you're going to be able to get 20% off all soft bait starter kits. It's going to be valid from 5/24 through 6/7. So I know this video is getting to you guys a little bit late, but don't wait. Go use that promo code, save on those soft bait starter kits, and please use the affiliate link that is in the description of today's video. I don't get commission or anything like that, but Do It Modes is tracking how many sales I get through that link, so please use that link. Ready for another round of baits. One thing when you're using salt in your plastics is you need to stir them every single time you take it out of the microwave, because that salt will settle to the bottom, and if you don't stir it up, your salt inside that plastisol is going to be inconsistent when it sinks all the way to the bottom. So we're gonna get everything ready to go, suck it all up. We'll go over to the Senkos first, all the way down, and hold that pressure. Top off that sprue. Come over here, we might be able to get at least one of these in. Yep, felt like it. Let's see if we can get one of the berry bugs. Maybe. Might have gotten that. I have to top that off and see if we got enough. Won't know until we're all done. We'll take the second injector and get the rest of our plastisol up. Even pressure down, you gotta hold that pressure. These molds have been turning out really, really good. Or these baits have been turning out really, really good in these molds. They've been finishing really well. Not a lot of, no air pockets or anything like that. They've been filling out really good, so the venting's good. Been really happy with these guys so far, and I think we're gonna have some good looking baits. I got to come over to the Senkos and top off the sprue. There we go. Let's do it on all of them while we're at it. Can always add more. All right, we'll check these out in a minute. Okay, we're gonna start by taking off the clamps to the Senko mold. And just a reminder, guys, these are the same measurements as a Gary Yamamoto Senko. Duo Mold partnered with Yamamoto to get these molds made. This is the 5-inch one, and as you can see, they look exactly like a Senko. Now, what goes in the Yamamoto Senko and all that, I don't exactly know, but from my research, that 1/4 cup of plastisol was the correct measurement. And again, these turned out really, really good, really, really good color. We're gonna set those to the side. We'll take the clamps off of these ones. And these ones I think are a great bait to Texas rig. You could flip these. You can do these as a jig trailer. I just think these turned out really, really good too. Awesome color. You can't go wrong with a green pumpkin color like this. I mean, you're gonna be able to put this on so many different things, a ton of different color jigs. You can put it on a black jig, brown jig, green pumpkin jigs. You can put it on all kinds of different stuff, and it's going to get eaten by those bass. And we'll check out one of the berry bugs again real quick. And that one didn't fill out for some reason, so we'll go to the next one. I didn't know that was going to happen, so that was a pretty genuine little goof right there. This one's stuck together. Take the knife, pop it open, and there we go. Now we got a full one. These turned out real good. Really happy with them, and can't wait to go fishing with them. Okay, there you have it. There are birch bugs, our berry bugs, and our 5-inch Senkos. I think this color turned out awesome, and these things are going to be fish catchers. You can definitely Texas rig any of these. You can flip any of these. You could Carolina rig any of these. Super versatile baits, and you can make them whatever colors you want. And those berry bugs, they can also pair up as a good buzzbait trailer. I know I caught some fish on it the other day. Well guys, that's it. I think these baits turned out really good. I think they're gonna be fish catchers. You can't go wrong with that color. So many different things you can do with all of those baits. Everybody loves to throw stick baits and stuff like that. It's a great time of year to be throwing those too. So take advantage of that discount code. Take advantage of those soft bait starter kits being on sale. And if you already have stuff and you're going to Do It Molds to buy more stuff, make sure to use my affiliate link because they are tracking the use of that link. I'd really appreciate if you guys just go to the description of today's video, save that link for whether you're going to use it right now or you're going to use it later, but please save that link so that way I can get credit for those sales. And I hope you guys liked today's video, and as always, leave any questions down in the comment section, and yeah, let me know some colors that you guys want to see in the future. And thank you guys for watching. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.